Pozeurz, call it Pozeurz, she her, pull up in the Beamer. I'm Isaiah.
Wait, Sean's here.
Let's go.
I'm Ewan.
I'm Tommy.
I am Sean. I think we should say our position too. So I am the lead guitar player of Ewbear.
Tommy, I'm vocalist and lead guitar of Dreamboat.
I'm the lead singer and rhythmic guitarist of Ewbear.
I'm Aiden. I'm the bassist of Ewbear and Dreamboat.
Hello, I'm Isaiah. I'm the drummer for Ewbear.
And I'm Asher. I'm the drummer for Dreamboat.
So, it was just like, a lot of it was just like right place, right time.
This is a little later in the Ewbear timeline. Me and Aiden just met from I played a solo show with Dreamboat. It was kind of ass, and we both thought it was kind of ass. But then Aiden was like, "You want to jam sometime?" And I guess we were kind of starting to form a band at that point. So after we jammed, I just kind of knew it was the vibe. So I just asked him to play. Do you have any input on that?
Yeah, that's how it happened.
And then, I've been friends with Ewan for a very long time, way before we even started the band. We just knew that we always want to play music together. And then eventually I met Sean, a long time before Ewbear also was started, randomly at a coffee shop. And we talked about music, and he had really cool opinions. So whenever Ewan was like, "Hey, we should have Tom," or why is it Tommy? Fucking Sean. Sean play lead guitar. There's too many names here. Have Sean play lead guitarist. I was like, oh, for sure. He is he's a super dope dude, and I'm glad that we got together. And then over time, just throughout the local scene, I started to meet everyone from Dreamboat and hear all their music and all that ish.
So Dreamboat started as a jazz quartet in Aiden's grandpa's house. It was just a summer project after we graduated high school, but we couldn't get it to work because we sucked at it. And I got pissed off, so I started playing the drums that were there. We were like, hey, that's kind of cool. And so we got together it was the week after or something. And we started making music, and then a month later, we got the first show at Ronside where we played with Ewbear himself.
I was at that show as well, but I was not I didn't really know anyone yet. So, but just as a person.
And I know a lot of y'all are in different bands, solo work and stuff like that. How do you
Don't.
Yeah, that one's. I feel like that's mostly for me. I'm in 3 Lubbock bands, Dreamboat, Ewbear, and Pozeurz, and I also am a professional bassist, so I do all kinds of gigging stuff on the side. And it really doesn't take that much balance for me because I enjoy it so much. I just love it. But I am always practicing all the time. It's definitely a lot of work. It's a little easier than you think to balance it all out.
And then me and Tommy also have another project, a duo that we've been working on recently. I think the biggest tip is just just make sure that you enjoy what you're playing. I think I'm also in 3 bands. If I don't like what I'm playing, I'll just be like, nah. You have to really understand music. If you're not looking at it from a professional aspect or you trying to make money off of it, it's just just do what you want, man. It doesn't really, if you're not feeling something and it's consuming your time, just exit off.
Yeah, I guess on that note, I don't think I would join after this band. I don't think I would just join a band to be in a band or to just play music. I would the chemistry has to be right for sure, and the sound.
It all comes from a place of knowing your people and knowing your stuff. But I've known Aiden and Tommy since high school, since middle school, I guess, really. I was not here. I don't remember you guys. I was drunk in 5th grade, yeah. But yeah, it's super easy for us I won't say it's super easy, it's super annoying. But we can get a time and we can get our stuff down, and I think there's a sense of trust between, you know, the people within your band that doesn't make it too heavy on your schedule and on your life.
Whenever y'all travel outside of Lubbock for shows, how different is the audience compared to here?
So we've only traveled a few times. Two of the times we're in Amarillo, which is like,
Yeah, it's just a different drummer as well.
yeah, also with a different drummer for external reasons. But yeah, it kind of sucks traveling because no one knows you and it's like a different environment. I will say when we played in Austin that one time, it was like a good crowd, at least, you know. They're very accepting. It just like, it's so jarring sometimes being in a different space whenever you've played in Lubbock for so long, because like you see so many of the same faces here comparatively.
Not really. I guess it just like all depends on the crowd and the venue you play at. I find that DIY venues, like no matter where you play, are usually way more successful than like more established venues. But to be honest, we haven't even played that many, so I'm sure there's some venues in Austin that would be pretty fun to play, like Hotel Vegas, Parish, Hole in the Wall. Like I don't know, it's just a different vibe there.
I know you do like physical art outside of the band. Do you draw like inspiration from like the same places whenever you're creating both like physical art and?
Yeah, most definitely. Similar places, I guess, but it's kind of hard to pinpoint where my inspiration comes from now. Like sometimes it'll just be like a lot of times I'll write songs and it's like based off of like the main chorus of it or whatever phrase that's being repeated is like based off of some shit I just like would randomly be writing in my sketchbook or something. So they kind of like coincide a bit, but it's hard for me to say if I draw inspiration from the same places. It is like a very different thing at the same time. I would say my drawing is more free form than my music.
And for each band, how does the songwriting process usually look like?
It's usually me and Aiden. Aiden kind of helps me out with a lot of it, but usually I'll just be sitting in my room and just come up with a riff or something. And I'm not too good at writing lyrics, so I can get a couple words down, and then Aiden will kind of help guide me in a way to help complete it.
I'd say originally Ewbear is my solo music, so at the beginning it's kind of just me bringing my ideas to them, and then we would like flesh it out. That's kind of how we got our live set going. But most of the stuff you hear in the recordings is like mainly me and Aiden. Besides the new DreamBear split EP, we got everyone to like record stuff for it because it does sound like our live band does. But I guess you could say that I bring the skeleton of the songs, and then y'all like elaborate on it.
And whenever you write a song, are you trying to make it like unique to Dreamboat or Ewbear, or is it like, I heard this cool guy and I wanted to do that?
At first, no. At first, like I was just like pretty free form with it. But now that we've kind of like developed the sound more, I try to like not like adhere to those rules at all times, but like respect them and like I don't know. I'm working on an album for it, and I want it to be like cohesive, I guess. So it is weird, like, because sometimes I'll just sit there and like turn the fucking song into a rap beat or something, and I'm like, okay, like this can't go on the album. But it's kind of like a balance you have to keep, because you still want to experiment, but you also want to like make it a cohesive thing.
I think that, at least for Ewbear, I think that what makes the sound so unique is just like our own like life experiences with our own instruments. And like, of course, like everyone draws inspiration from people. Every single person ever has to have an inspiration and has to have like a way that they're taught. So Sean, for example, learned like classical guitar. Yeah, he went down that route, and compared to like Aiden, that was jazz like bass. And then Ewan,
We're just, like,
we're just like me and Ewan, we're just like kind of like 100% self-taught, which I think that just like that juxtaposition, like or like that like dichotomy of us. I just needed to read those words, but just like that, let's call it like the dichotomy of that is able to like kind of create our own sound.
Yeah, I think it's very natural for us. Like, thankfully, we kind of just like jam.
Well, most of the stuff I tend to write is kind of the same. I mean, it ends up sounding the same, but it kind of just depends on what I'm feeling that day, or like what kind of music I'm already listening to that day. That kind of guides to whatever I write. And then especially whenever like Aiden and Asher help me write stuff, the way they play kind of leads into how it ends up sounding at the end.
A lot of Dreamboat's music comes from, like, Tommy would write something in his room and he'd send it to the group chat and he'd be like, hey, I wrote this, check this out. And then we would all kind of have ideas for what we wanted it to sound like. But a lot of the songwriting process would come from like a deep place. Like me and Aiden, me and Tommy and Aiden, you know, we've all known each other for a long time, and we've all played music with each other for a long time, and we kind of have an understanding of, you know, what we tend to do and where we tend to go with stuff. So we all kind of have like similar ideas on what's going to happen with the music, and I think that lends to what you might describe as like Dreamboat's sound.
So, how do y'all try to draw in the crowd, or are you just like there to play music and you don't really
I don't know. I guess like if people will
Sad dad.
yeah, we don't really decide. Like, we try and like somewhat add to the energy by like just talking to people before, and like, I don't know, Isaiah's like a really big like hype presence. I feel like like he just like he breaks the ice with the room. I don't know how to explain it, but in a live setting, like sometimes people will be standing like really far away, and you have to like encourage them to come closer. And like, yeah, those shows are gonna be like the kind of dead ones. But sometimes like if there's, I don't know, if people are already close and like moshing and shit, then like there's no like effort we have to make really. We just kind of jam out, and it's awesome.
Sometimes it feels like the energy of a show is predetermined, you know, before we even start playing. Either by the bands before us, or for opening, just the feeling of the space that night.
With the duct tape.
Or the duct tape on the floor. To explain that, yeah, you didn't play at that show. We played at this venue in Amarillo called the Atomic Yellow.
Yeah.
And for some reason, halfway across the floor was this piece of like yellow tape, splitting the room in half. And God, I feel like 20 feet away from us. So we were playing on the stage, and then 20 feet away from us, everyone was stacked up right, like their toes on the line, like they couldn't go past it.
In a single file horizontal line.
It was really strange. So there are things you can do to increase how much fun the audience is having, and like how much they show it by talking to them and playing loud, you know, making them want to move. But I feel like ultimately, it's been predetermined how much they're going to show you if they like you.
I think that that's kind of something that's always, it's not always separated from the music, but it is like, you can have like a killer show, but people aren't gonna like really like walk up. So I think that's like another aspect of like a band is, how are you gonna promote this show? Like, are you gonna promote it to where it's like gonna be like lit crazy movie, or like are you gonna like throw the flyer up there and like say whatever? And I think that with Ewbear, a lot of the times that we're able to like kind of like create like this like environment, like even like pre-show or like right before we play, let's say like we're opening or something, that is like not like this show is like gonna be like something that like y'all need to like get close to, y'all need to mosh to, like and you just gotta, you know, be absolutely joyous about your own music, and the crowd will reciprocate it.
Also out here, like, it sometimes seems like our music, I don't know if y'all agree with this, but our band is like just hit or miss with some people. Like, it's like either they're really into it, or they're just like, they hear me do a falsetto and like cringe.
And I know especially for Dreamboat, with the like first, I guess, like EP coming out, a lot has changed since we first got together. Like from Dreamboat now compared to where you are, what's different?
We don't suck now.
Dreamboat fucking sucks.
It was, when we first started, it was kind of hard because we didn't really know what we were trying to play. And ever since we started, or ever since I met Ewan and meeting everyone else, everything's become a lot easier, getting gigs and finalizing our sound. And being able to get this EP out has really changed and allowed us to throw ourselves out there and be a bigger part of the community, I guess.
Yeah, when we started Dreamboat, it was like, October 24? 23? Jesus Christ. Yeah, I guess it is 25 now, huh? Oh, Lord. Sorry, time flies. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, when we started, I mentioned earlier, we started as a jazz quartet. I am not originally a drum player. I play trombone. I only played drums just kind of as a joke originally, but then we were like, hey, we like this. And then when we got the message for like, hey, are you ready for your first gig? I wasn't, so I went and I practiced for like 8 hours a day for the next 3 days, just trying to get the idea of playing drums down, and that kind of like paved the way for the rest of it, because we started developing. We had really awful songs our first set, and our second set was okay, I think. I don't remember exactly. Our third set was good, I think. And then our fourth set was pretty fun. But it just more and more as it went on, we got better as a group, and we started kind of understanding what it was we wanted as a sound and as like a goal. So that's kind of, and we've come to the point now where we are, where, you know, we get up there and we're proud of what we can put out, and it's awesome. It's really cool to be able to do that.
I think the best way to really show how far we come is to compare it to our first show. And we had, 3, maybe 4 songs? We had 5. That was like half the set, I guess. We had like 5 songs. We had been rehearsing in Tommy's bedroom. We didn't have our own drum kit.
I was playing the guitar.
Yeah, Asher was like tapping on a guitar, you know, like miming a drum kit. It ended up working, and the other half of the songs were songs I'd written in my bedroom, and oh my god, they were so bad. I can't sing at all. It was pretty nightmarish, but every song sounded wildly different. We had no idea what we were doing, but we are so cohesive now, and our rehearsals go so smoothly. Our performances are very smooth. There's no question about what the Dreamboat sound is.
Yeah, and it's something that me and Aiden were talking about a while ago. Like once this EP drops, it's gonna feel like before we were able to record, everything felt like we would play, and then people would love us, and then we wouldn't play for like a couple months, and then they would forget all about us, and then we come back, people like us. But once the EP drops, people are actually gonna be able to have something of ours that they can remember us by, and not forget us, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I feel that way with the Ewbear stuff, like how y'all said y'all developed your sound to a certain goal and like are just proud of it. I feel that way with our set now, and I feel like we don't really need to change it at this point either, because it's like at the beginning of this year we were like struggling to play these songs like on the most recent EP, and
Music sounds very different from the recorded album. And so what should we expect from, I guess, the next album or future?
Me drunk.
Yeah, dude, so many people come up to me after shows and they're like, oh man, why do you use the FL Studio drums or whatever? And I'm just like, damn, it kind of sucks. So now, like, everything for the DreamBear EP is like all acoustic drums and stuff. And we like saved throughout like 3 shows, I think we saved up money to buy a mixer and drum mics, so that way now I can like actually make like rock music. And it's like there's a lot of projects I listen to, like Scrams and stuff, that's like they only use electronic drums, but I feel like we just got to a point where it was kind of limiting how we sounded in a recording. And but yeah, we just had to get on that. So now everything you hear, soon enough at least, will be like live drums.
And then who are some local bands they should check out?
Toxic Menace,
Void Dream.
Void Dream,
Void Dream.
The Goat.
Baduo, Go Johnson, yeah. These at Breakfast, yes.
What was that? Wait, are they local? Strawberry Switchblade?
Strawberry Season.
Oh, Strawberry Season. Fuck.
Yeah, they're local.
Strawberry Season is great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, am I forgetting?
Music Kodak.
Music Kodak,
Fantastic.
Indigo.
June.
Do they play anything?
No.
Yep.
They've been taking.
Cowboy Cold.
Cowboy Cold, and yeah.
Last of the Lights. Yeah, and Last of the Lights.
They're the OGs.
They are OGs.
Sean Ryan.
What's next for you?
God, I hate this question. I fucking hate this question. Yeah, so I'm graduating college and after this summer, so basically we're gonna try and play a few more shows before everyone leaves for summer break, and then while I'm here doing school and shit, me and Aiden are just gonna like work on the album the whole time. And so far we have like 6 songs or something, so it's going
8, 12.
somewhere around there. I don't know exactly, as many as I can, honestly, but
It's gonna be a meaty album.
we're really just like trying to focus on like making something that is a concrete like album that represents our sound well and is like tasteful. And if that goes somewhere, then maybe we'll get back together, but I'm fine with parting ways with that, you know, like I think that's chill and we've had our time to like do shit and have fun. I think it's just it's like an okay place to leave it. I'd rather leave it at that than like watch it burn out or something, you know.
Dreamboat's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
We're sticking around.
Our schooling situations are all very different, but I'm still in school for now. Tommy is in school. Tommy's in school. So we're all still here. Dreamboat's around for a while. I think our next big goal is to get out just a EP or album for Dreamboat. DreamBear has been a lot of fun. It's been so awesome to work with everybody and to develop everything that we have. But yeah, I think that's what we're looking forward to next.
I just wanted to say the recording process with them, it was really fun for me because I'm normally like making my own shit, but I got to like mix their stuff and record it with them, and I feel like I just like became so much better friends with them through it. It was cool. And I appreciate that. Did you still
Oh yeah. What you call it? I think you know, the Ewbear split is gonna be very sad for me. It was my first
Not
ever.
the split EP.
Yeah, not the split EP. No, that's DreamBear. There's only one beer left. Rapping, screaming all in our ears like we're deaf. Timmy, do a number on the label. Get another MC and drink them under the table.
Okay.
Is there any advice for people wanting to start a band or start going to shows?
Just do it, dude. Like, it's like what you call it. It's kind of been hard recently, just with there's been like a lot of lack of like DIY venues, but thankfully the greenhouse is providing a really good space, what you call it, for new and beginning artists. Literally just like getting, most of the time, like everyone just like wants to hear people play music. So if you like hit up a venue and you're like, hey, is there an opening for me? They'll be like, yeah, sure, dude. Like, you can play. And coming from like my own like standpoint, whenever I started with Ewbear, I hadn't played drums in over 2 years. And I remember like every single practice being like, fuck, dude, like these people are so much better than me. Like, what you call it, like even whenever Sean got in, I'm like, dude, like I need to step up. There's so many good people like here, and I'm just kind of like flatlining. But like I just did it. And what you call it, now like I have people like coming up to me like, dude, like your drumming is sick, like your drumming's crazy. I'm like, oh, like what you call it, I didn't think I was that good, but like it really gives you like that like self reassurance, like no, like what you call it, you can like just do it, man. Like you can just do whatever.
Like, if I didn't join any bands, I probably wouldn't have learned like how to play guitar as much. Like it really motivates you to practice, and it gives you a way to practice if you're not like a conventional learner.
It really is. You just got to do it. There's not been, I think, a better time in recent years in Lubbock to be
We've gotten to a point where we just
be a DIY
like have them
artist.
down, I feel like, and if there's
so
really
many
good to
people
play them.
I think kind of talking once again like away from just like the music aspect,
so fun to work with
it's all about imaging. It's all about how
and there's no
like
shortage of
portray yourself
experience
as like a
for you.
and
that
that goes along with what your music sounds like and how you want your music to sound like. Viewing Dreamboat over the past year and a half, you've kind of seen like their brand image just be so like focused and very clear driven now, compared to like sorry, whenever y'all were first playing, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Or on a keyboard. I remember doing it on a keyboard a couple and some
but it was like the same it was like same exact way like how I felt with like Ewbear. We sounded like good in my eyes, but it's like we don't sound like,
and I thought it was really cool.
We don't sound like what we want to portray, I guess. And I think now it's like you think of Ewbear, you think of this, you think of these type of melodies, you think of these types of like what you call like drum like lines, you think of these types of like riffs, and I think that's something that like we are now like extremely proud of. We're like, damn, like we really did that shit.
In your city, it's in the next city over. If you're a musician and can't find bandmates, go find a jam, go to a show, go meet some people. If you want this, if you want to pursue this, if you want to be a part of your scene, your art community, all you have to do is just like take a step forward and make those steps to be a member. It's there's no entry barrier. All you have to do is want it and love it and support it.
We were all bad.
I think, yeah, that if you just put out that energy, people will like catch on. Like whenever I first started playing, at least like Ewbear shows, like acoustic around here, I didn't even like think about doing it until like one of my homies just asked me to play a house show. So that was really cool. But like I do kind of feel like since we're in Lubbock, it's like a little more, since it's more tight knit, it's less gate kept in a way. Like I feel like I would have struggled more to get gigs in Dallas and stuff, and I still don't even understand how to like get into that scene. But just stick with it and do it for your own purposes, for yourself. That's what I meant to say. Don't do it just for recognition or whatever, just because then people are going to spit in your face, and they're still going to spit in your face if you do it for yourself, but at least you won't feel as bad.
It's awesome being able to go like on your band's Instagram and watch the videos of yourself and being like, holy shit, that was awesome. Like, it's so cool that I was able to do this.
Damn, people really posted about me.
Exactly. It's like someone posted about Dreamboat. It was like, I'm Dreamboat's #1 fan, and it like wasn't Zay that posted that, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, that's awesome. You get to know so many people when you do stuff like this, and it's so awesome. He's got competition. No, you get to know so many awesome people, people that you might not know if you weren't doing it. There's no downside to doing it. It can be kind of embarrassing to get up there and, shit the bed. All things considered, like, I had fun at our first set, and I thought we did horrible. I was, like, really stressed about it for a couple days afterwards.
Everyone has to bomb at some point. I've had my fair share.
We got one more for y'all.
Wait, he said he got 3 more. No, he just said another set list. He's got a second set list. I can see it. It's one more set list, huh? One more set list, huh?
This song is very important to us.
Yeah! You're important to us.
We played it at our first show together as a full band.
I love you.
Well, Sean wasn't there, but it's okay. But it's also a Pavement song. And for this one, I just want to be in the crowd with y'all.
Hey, come here. Come here.
Let me make sure this fucking shit's
Damn, this shit. He gonna break an XLR. This shit immersive.
Switch the corner to that.
Yo! Why this shit 4D? Wait, why this shit 4D?
I still have them. We're gonna use them.
I was at success, but success ain't never come. And I'm the only one who laughs at your jokes when they're on so bad. And their notes are always bad, but they're not as bad as this. Come join us in a prayer. We'll be waiting where everything's ending here. And the lyrics. And all the stale striking interfers in empty docking cast away.
Something like that.
And rain upon the forehead where the mist is higher if it's just too clear. Let's spend our last quarter stance randomly. Go down to the outlet once again. Painted portraits of minions and slaves, the crotch mavens in one-night plays. Are they the only ones who laugh at your jokes when they are so bad? Jokes, they're always bad, but they're not as bad as this. Come join us in a prayer. We'll be waiting where everything's ending here. And all the Spanish candles and sold away have gone too. In a run, I'll piece of mountain run, shivers going down the freeway. I guess she spent her last quarter randomly. I guess it's the best I'll do. you say so. Yeah, we're about to play the sweater song. No, I'm fucking lying.
I was dressed for success, but success it never comes. And I'm the only one who laughs at your jokes when they are so bad. And your jokes are always bad, but they're not as bad as this. Come join us in a prayer. We'll be waiting there. Everything's ending here. And all the sterile striking it defends an empty dock you cast away. And rain upon the forehead where the mists are higher if it's just too clear. Let's spend our last quarter stance randomly. Go down to the outlet once again. Painting portraits of minions and slaves, crotch mavens and one-night plays. Are they the only ones who laugh at the jokes when they are so bad? And the jokes they're always bad, but they're not as bad as this. Come join us in a prayer. We'll be waiting where everything's ending here. And all the Spanish candles they sold away have gone to this. And a run on piece of mountain travel shivers runs down the freeway. I guess she spent her last quarter randomly. We guess a guess is the best I'll do. Last time.
Bye.
Do.
Dude.